with breaking news tonight, Kentucky State Police say Floyd Cook is still on the run 3 days after he fired shots at 2 officers in 2 states, hitting one of them.
The attempted murder suspect remains on the run at this hour, and we've learned he may not be alone. And in a strange turn of events, the home where Cook was thought to be hiding Sunday night in Burkesville, Kentucky, went up in flames this afternoon.
Authorities tell us it burned to the ground, and it doesn't seem to be an accident. It's been an unusual case from the start, and now we are finding out more about Cook's shady past.
It turns out this is not his first time running from the law. News Channel 5's Jason Lamb has been looking at his criminal past and joins us from the newsroom. Jason, what have you learned?
Well, it turns out Cook was able to escape the Kentucky State Pen back in the 80s in one of the biggest prison breaks in state history. He was later caught, but then he told a local newspaper if he had the chance, he'd do it all over again.
Long before police say Floyd Cook shot a police officer in Algood, Tennessee Saturday and then ran away. Long before he shot at another officer in Kentucky hours later and escaped again. Long before the sirens and tear gas were deployed at a home in Cumberland County, Kentucky, where police thought Cook was hiding, but in reality, he was long gone.
Ask your question.
Before all that, Cook had already established a long and troubling history of running from the law. He was one of 8 people who broke out of the Kentucky State Penitentiary in June 1988. It was the largest prison break the state had ever seen. Cook was serving a life sentence for first-degree rape. He was eventually captured, but days later, he and others who escaped out of the maximum security prison bragged in an article printed in the Kentucky New Era that they'd do it all over again if they had the chance. Cook himself told the reporter interviewing him, "It doesn't take long to cut through the door if you've got a good blade. I had a piece that was only about an inch long. It took me about 4 days." The Kentucky Department of Corrections says he served a lot more time in jail from his recapture in 1988 until August 2009 when he was released on parole. But just 2 months ago, the Department of Corrections says Cook stopped reporting in violation of his parole. From that point on, Cook was a wanted man on the run, long before running away from those 2 police officers last weekend.
After Cook's escape in 1988, he was captured and returned within about 9 days. After that, some big security changes came to the maximum security wing of the Kentucky State Penitentiary. We're live in the newsroom tonight. Jason Lamb, News Channel 5.